larger than life. But at first, I didn't like him at all. You know, I didn't. I thought he was like, you know, ick. I didn't like him because, you know, Sean and I were very...
I'm not part of the club. And a lot of you listening to me right here, right now, you're not part of the club either.
And it started out of New York, but they were going through the Los Angeles home, going through the Miami home.
While Jennifer was upstairs,
Did she ever find out?
she know.
He was larger than life, but at first I didn't like him at all, you know. I thought he was my you-know-it. I didn't like him because you know I seen. And I were very different that I'm not part of the club. And a lot of you listening to me right here, right now, you're not part of the club. Either that started out of New York, but they were going through the Los Angeles home, going through the Miami home, while Jennifer was upstairs. Did she ever find out she know now so Ice Cube recently let it slip that Diddy is gearing up to confront everyone in the club. After the authorities have started cracking down on him, one of the people in imminent danger is Gilo Jennifer Lopez. Recently spoke openly about her tumultuous relationship, with Diddy revealing that he was the first man to be unfaithful to her. Their relationship, which lasted from 1999 into 2001, has been a topic of interest due to its ups and downs. Despite this, Lopez clarified that Diddy wasn't the ex who mistreated her. On Monday, the Department of Homeland Security raided Diddy Coles' homes in Los Angeles and Miami. This action follows multiple allegations of misconduct against Diddy that have surfaced in recent months. So let's open this can of worms and dive deep into this Hollywood mess. But of course, before we go any further, make sure first that you subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell for more updates and videos like this. Now let's get going. And she literally says that he had to end up paying her for that incident. No, again, officially on the record, not from what people are saying, or what people are saying on blogs, blog posts, or the different social media platforms, is that no, he hasn't been charged. There was a man that was charged in Miami. You know what it is, homeboy Ice Cube. And some of you may not have realized that I'm not part of the defensive. The simple question, it's hard. It requires so much trust. Diddy's relationship with Jennifer Lopez has long been a subject of fascination, with their romance making headlines in the late 90s and early 2000s. Even Kanye said something a few years ago that people really glossed over. And let me tell you right now, they really shouldn't have. Diddy Combs was recently spotted at a Miami airport following Homeland Security's raids on 2 of his properties. These raids were reportedly part of a federal investigation into exploitation. Video footage from TMZ shows Diddy pacing outside a customs office at Miami Opa-locka Executive Airport around 3:00 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Monday, March 25th. Shortly after the raids took place, according to TMZ sources, Diddy was waiting outside the customs office, potentially along with others, for questioning by federal authorities. While information remains unclear, TMZ suggests that Diddy boarded a separate private jet upon Homeland Security's arrival, though he is not believed to be under arrest, or on that flight reports indicate that Diddy and his group were intercepted at Miami International Airport, possibly as they were about to board a private jet, when Homeland Security intervened. Notably, there have been some significant arrests made in connection with these events, from what we're hearing and seeing on social media. All the social media platforms, people seem to be coming out of the woodwork. Now, up until pre-Monday, the raids, he had 5 civil lawsuits filed against him. These are civil. The federal agents involved in one of 2 search warrants were part of a criminal investigation by the Southern District of New York. They confiscated electronics, including a silver MacBook Air. During the raid, the simultaneous raids occurred at Sean Diddy Combs' homes on Star Island and in while Combs himself was preparing to depart from Apaka Airport, though not on his private plane, which had already left for Antigua. At Apaka, one of his entourage, Brendan Paul, was arrested for carrying substances in his bags. Paul is also implicated as a substance courier and facilitator of adult workers in a detailed 73-page lawsuit filed by music producer Rodney Jones last month. The lawsuit includes allegations supported by photos of exploitation threats of harm and an enterprise allegedly operating out of Calm's Star Island residence Gandil. Commented on the recent event, stating no reputable company wants to associate with someone facing allegations of physical misconduct and questionable behavior. Shareholders are likely to pull out if Diddy doesn't address the situation promptly. They're essentially telling him to own up to it, or risk losing everything. Diddy's label, Bad Boy Records, enjoyed immense popularity during its prime, but later revelations by Mark Curry shed light on the less glamorous reality. Behind the scenes, Diddy rose to prominence in the music industry during the intense rivalry between the West and East Coasts in the 1990s. Hip-hop and gangster rap. This era marked a significant chapter in the genre's evolution. The feud between Death Row Records founder Suge Knight and rapper Tupac Shakur tragically culminated in the demise of both Biggie and Tupac. While Diddy was not directly implicated in these tragedies, various stories and conspiracy theories continue to circulate regarding their circumstances. Despite the controversy surrounding him, Diddy's career persevered and continued to thrive. But as far as Meek Mill's Puff Daddy, whoever, none of these, all you fake hard no hold on all you fake hard Jaguar right, provided a unique viewpoint on Diddy's successes, saying, "I was thinking to myself the other day, Uptown Records started with 5 people, Andra Harrell, I'll be sure, Heavy D Puffy, and Kim was the longest working employee. Because she was there from the very beginning, she was Andre's personal assistant. And instead D has passed Andra Harrell. As well, the only 2 left are Puffy and Al. Almost ain't that interesting. Heavy D was found lifeless face down in a heart attack. Andra Harrell heart attack. Kim passed away from pneumonia. But there's the first coroner's report that said that she passed. It was ruled a homicide. And they found toxins in her body to prove that she had been poisoned. They have poisons that create heart attack and pneumonia-like symptoms, a homicide. And they found toxins in her body to prove that she had been poisoned. They have poisons that create heart attack and pneumonia-like symptoms. And she added, and then right after that, Al had a meeting. And I was going up to meet with him because we were in Vegas. And then the next thing you know, you want to know what they all had in common aside from being survivors. And the late people of Uptown Records, they were all writing tell-all books. Andrew was writing a book. Right before he passed away, Heavy D was working on a book. Before he passed, Kim Porter was working on a book. Before she passed, and Al B. Shore was working on a documentary of his life. And then he goes into a coma. Has Puffy ever been in a coma? Has anything happened to him? He must be the luckiest, because it seems like everybody that worked at Uptown Records from the beginning on except him. I guess Al disappointed you. It's why I speak for a reason. When you see this game with people that you love, that you like, that there are too many coincidences, too many. Is that is interesting. Heavy was found dead face down. And Diddy faces further controversy following allegations of maltreatment. Outrage ensued over a scene in the music video for Hate Me, now featuring Nas, where they were depicted being crucified. Diddy found the betrayal insulting and demanded its removal, but the uncensored version leaked nonetheless. Consequently, Diddy and Nas initiated a lawsuit against the CEO of Interscope Records. Ultimately, Diddy pleaded to a reduced charge and was mandated to undergo a single day of anger management treatment. Nonetheless, this incident is just one instance in a history marked by harsh behavior attributed to Diddy. In 1999, a notorious altercation unfolded within a New York nightclub, escalating from a heated argument to a shooting that left 3 individuals injured. Diddy and his then-girlfriend Jennifer Lopez faced arrest and charges of maltreatment and firearm possession in connection with the incident. Although Lopez's charges were dismissed, Diddy proceeded to trial claiming racial bias against black men within the legal system. He was ultimately acquitted of all charges, however. His protege Shine received a lengthy 9-year sentence for his involvement. Shine subsequently accused Diddy of betrayal in the aftermath of the ordeal cover-up. And if we've learned anything from the Cassie story and the recent allegations and other lawsuits, it seems as if Diddy has a pattern of threatening people and cover-up. As time has elapsed, more voices have emerged in support of the allegations against Diddy. One woman claims to have consistently shared her story for years, asserting that it has been systematically covered up, drawing parallels to other incidents involving Cassie and recent accusations and lawsuits. She suggests a pattern of intimidation and concealment by Diddy. She explicitly states that he ultimately had to compensate her for the incident. It's important to note that these are all allegations, but the persistence of such claims over time raises concerns about potential cover-ups and lack of public awareness regarding her story with the P. Diddy Puff Daddy Puffy Scene Puffy comes whatever you want to call them lawsuit. Moreover, Gandil's remarks indicate the possibility of further legal challenges emerging against Diddy in the near future. The recent federal investigation and raids conducted at the residences of Shed Diddy Combs have sparked inquiries into the rapper and hip-hop magnate's activities, the specific objectives of Homeland Security during their